dismissed every accomplishment I've made. You've talked about my father. Well, you call me an entitled millennial, I call you a carny succubus, because the dirty secret about you, the dirty secret is you need this generation more than it needs you.
What up, y'all? It's KMB, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for a Paper Saber universe, and this is the New World Podcast. Brother, we're talking about Dynamite, January 15, 2025. Taz is back. Excalibur and Tony on commentary. We're in Cincinnati, Ohio, in a very cool arena. This is why I wanted it to be the thumbnail of the show. I thought the arena just felt right. I think the state of AEW and where it's at, smaller arenas fit better than the big arenas because, you know, you'll have the one side that doesn't have anything. I think this is where they need to stick for now, especially with these shows, until they start like giving us something that we are like, yeah, we're going to fill these arenas because we want to see these stories. We want to see these fights, because just slapping a name on something to try to make it seem special, it's just funny to me. Like Maximum Carnage. What does that even mean? Dynamite, Maximum Carnage. This is supposed to be a big show and whatnot. And instead of building to actual pay-per-views like Revolution and whatnot, it's just like, wait a minute. No, I don't know. It's really frustrating in a lot of ways. Just because as this show starts, we get the big pop for Taz back, Hobbs, Mox intro with everything out, just basically like from last week, and they basically show you everything that you've seen, and that's good too. Raw used to do that, SmackDown used to do that, they used to show the entire, like, hey, this is what's going on, this is everything that happened from last week. Now WWE does it in the sense of, oh, here we're showcasing like the main stories that we're trying to push here on this show. But this was just showing everything. I don't know why I'm like harping about it, but I don't know. It just felt, I don't know. Talking out my ass now. But what I want to talk about is Brian Cage versus Kenny Omega. I had a lot of fun. Don on commentary, of course, and I really enjoyed this match. I really did. I think it showcases how awesome Kenny Omega is and who he can work with. Also showcases how Brian Cage he is a big dude, but he can go. Like, he can fight and whatnot. And, of course, you have the Don Callis family attacking Archer and whatnot, and Don getting his shots in and whatnot. And I'm just like, when Don Callis interrupted Kenny Omega last week, I had the biggest, come the on. You had your opportunity here to shift things and move things around so we can build some new stories. I think that's what that is wrong with AEW's. It keeps regurgitating the same shit. And with Kenny Omega coming back, it's like, boom, fresh start. He hasn't really done anything with the Don Callis family. And like Will Ospreay, too, being tied into this. I'm just like, just get them away from Don Callis, please, for the sake of my sanity. Because after Kenny Omega gets the win, of course we get the beatdown. And here comes Will. And you're showing that little tension between him and Kenny Omega. I'm like, yes, that's more interesting than this whole Don Callis thing. And they get their asses handed to them. Because here comes Takeshita. And I will say, Takeshita just coming out, holding the championship, not actually running to the ring. He puts up the championship. I'm like, dog. Like, you're going out there to fight, not show off your championship, because no one gives a crap about that championship. Like, I don't know. It just drives me crazy. I'm like, get Kenny away. Get him away from the Don Callis family. Get Will Ospreay away. But overall, I really enjoyed the match. And that is what wrestling fans do. We're like, they were like, and by the way, I still like this. But I feel this is my match of the night. I'm just done with the Don Callis family. I'm done. I really am. We get a Hurt Syndicate package. You want to know what they told us in that package? They hurt people. Yeah. That needed to be said. New York Minute by Jericho. Blah. I fast forward through that thing so fast. I don't care. Especially with everyone seeing it now at this point. The big botch. I'm going to use that word on Jericho because he hates that word. From, was it Collision? Yeah, it's Collision with Dax. The little whoop, poke, I don't even know. I don't even think he touched the ref, but the ref sold it. So you give that ref a raise, damn it, because he sold it. Whatever he sold. He didn't get punched in the face or whatever. But yeah, I skipped over that. It took us 2 weeks to get here, but Ricochet comes out and he gets booed. He has the golden scissors. I guess that's his gimmick now. He's got the golden scissors in his pocket now at all times so he can stab people. He looks like a serial killer, especially with those glasses. He's out there booing. He's looking around, booing. I'm like, are you going to say anything? And then he goes, a picture is worth 1,000 words. He points at the screen, and it's the picture of him with the Swerve, and I'm just like, I was really going to enjoy this. Like, I really did enjoy him turning heel, and I enjoyed the fact that he looks like a serial killer in a suit, some American Psycho. I thought the golden pair of scissors was interesting. I didn't think it should be a part of his gimmick, and our character, whatever words offend wrestlers or whatever. I don't care. Whatever the character should have been, or whoever they're trying to portray, it's the golden scissors in the pocket's real cheesy. That's just what I'm saying. And what's even more cheesy is Prince Nana's chair shot to the back of Ricochet. I mean, he didn't put some. I wish he put some oomph in that. Say it with your chest. I wish he did. And then here comes Swerve, and I'm like, why are you like taking your time coming to the ring? Because he comes out. I'm like, I felt like this is the time where Swerve runs out there, beats Ricochet's ass, and then has him run away, or runs to the ring and Ricochet runs off because he's just walking to the ring. I'm like, this man made you bleed 2 weeks ago. This man humiliated. See, there, I'm embarrassing myself. You 2 weeks ago, and it's just, I think I'm getting tongue-tied because it's like, and then Ricochet runs off, and there's nothing, and Swerve coming in, he has the chain, he tries to hit him with the chain, nothing happens, and they go. Then we get a Mercedes Moné package. Oh, sorry, I hit something. I don't know. I'm getting frustrated. I should calm down, right? All right, let's talk about the next thing that was really good. Not really. Mercedes Moné package. The day in the life of Mercedes Moné. Moné changes everything. The Hurt Syndicate versus Private Party and Mark Briscoe. This match was okay. The Hurt Syndicate gets the win, so kind of pushing them forward a little bit more towards getting those tag team titles off of Private Party. And I'm thinking here, where's the Young Bucks? Where is the Young Bucks in all of this? Then we get a whole Cope and FTR, they're friends package. I know they're friends. Cope says it all the time. My friends. I didn't need a whole package showing me that they're friends. And I feel like this is just a rally against Penta's debut of being like, look how great. It's great. So great. all of it. But I wrote here, Cope, FTR are friends. Yeah, we know. We know they're friends. We get MJF and Jeff Jarrett. Jeff Jarrett comes out to the ring. And doing Jeff Jarrett promo, then he's the outlaw, this and that, and here comes MJF, and I'm like, why? What are we doing here? What is the point of MJF and Jeff Jarrett? Why are you reducing MJF to this Jeff Jarrett thing? I don't want to see Jeff Jarrett as champion. I don't want it. I don't need to. And MJF doing the remarks of like talking about Owen Hart and the dead friend thing to get under his skin. I'm just like, I don't. I'm like, why? Why are we speaking about Owen Hart that way? Like, why does that have to be a thing? And why is Jeff Jarrett okay with that? And I understand it's MJF. He's an asshole, but I just feel like this is, I don't know. Did you like it? Did you think it was good? Because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, why are you bringing up Owen Hart? Why are you using Owen Hart's death? He's been gone for years. Like, I understand that it's because of Jeff Jarrett and their relationship, but I just felt like a really low-brow hanging fruit that shouldn't have been touched or needed to be touched. So tell me what you think in the comments below. I don't care for this. I don't understand. MJF is a star. and he just been reduced and watered down, just like everybody else, like a Swerve and everything like that. So tell me what you think. Drop those comments below. We have Christian versus Hook. Don't care. Of course, you got his family there trying to interfere, and it ends in a DQ. And the best part about this, I will say, for me, besides who comes out, my favorite part about this is when they start beating Hook's ass, and Taz is like, "This is awful. This is crazy. Who's?" I'm like, "You're not gonna get up." Then he finally does get up. Then here comes Joe. But I just find it funny. My son's getting his ass kicked. This is just wrong. I'm like, then do something about it. And I know he got up at the end, but here comes Joe, and he takes out everybody. And of course, Shibata was there because he has Hook's back and whatnot. And we got these three back together. Joe. And I'm like, oh, Joe, Samoa Joe. He looked great though, man. He didn't miss a beat on those beatdowns, man. I miss Joe. Then here we go. We got Hook and Shibata there. They're all standing tall. And we're just continuing this Christian Cage thing. Again, another story. I'm like, can we just get away from this? Dead fathers and just move on. Just, yeah. Then we get a men's gauntlet package. Just a bunch of, oh yeah, I wish I could have won. Wish could, I should have won. And I'm like, okay. I should have, would have, could have. Yeah. We get Renee with Jeff Jarrett. And here comes Dustin. I'm like, where the hell have you been, Dustin? Where have you been? Oh, you're the triple whatever 3-man Ring of Honor champion? Totally forgot about that. Oh, you're a Ring of Honor tag team champion. Forgot about that. And it took me forever to remember who his tag team partner was. I said Sammy Callahan, and I was like, that just sounds wrong. Then I was like, Sammy Guevara. I'm like, oh, yeah. And maybe if I'm watching maybe people listening like, oh, see, this ain't no pro wrestling fan. He's not watching Ring of Honor. Why do I need to? Like, But, Dustin gives Jeff Jarrett, like, I have your back. There's nobody like us. We're the outlaws. Outlaws never die. We're old school. Yeah, I got your back. And Jeff, And that was another thing. MJF running away like a little bitch. Like, after the big confrontation between him and Jeff Jarrett, of course, Jeff Jarrett starts swinging, and for some reason, Karen is like, no, don't beat him up. He said something about your dead friend. And just to make it even better or worse, MJF grabs Karen, almost like looks like he's choking her, then throws her, then just runs away. He's bolted. He's gone. So, yeah. Women's Casino Gauntlet match. Chris, Jamie, Megan, Julia, Willow, Tony, and Harley. We got Mariah on commentary, and whoever wins this is going to go to Grand Slam Australia February 15th to face Mariah May for that championship. I will say this was a fun match for what it was. I was rooting for Toni Storm to get the win on this. And with the track record we're going here, I'm interested enough to be like, okay, what's going to be the build-up to Grand Slam Australia February 15th? The interaction, because we're going to have a Toni Storm that's going to be like, I don't remember anything. I'm very happy for this opportunity. And you have Mariah May is like, I'm Mariah May, and I'm Mariah May, So I'm very interested. I'm glad that it's Toni. Even if it was anybody else, like Willow would have been great, but Toni Storm getting that championship back just seems more than likely. But I believe this is where Mariah May is from, right? Australia. So this is a big show. And I heard that they had to move venues because the tickets they sold for the one venue they wanted didn't sell as much. So they're moving to a smaller one, if that's true. But I will say, after Tony winning, that graphic went up so fast. I mean, as soon as the 1, 2, 3, boom, graphic up, in Australia, Grand Slam, and I was like, what? And the comment I wrote here on the commentary, what a massive upset. And I'm like, but That graphic went up so fast. And I'm just like, huzzah. I mean, it went up fast. What a massive upset. It's like they knew the outcome of this match. Oh, man, the graphic team on point, man. Oh, what a massive upset indeed. Toni Storm versus Mariah May, February 15th. I hope we build something. Hope we do. Now let's get to the main event. All right. And I found this interesting. The hard cam on the entrance. Like, because the venue's so small, I wonder if that's why they couldn't really have a hard cam area. Because where the announcer's desk, I thought it was on the side of the ring. And then, like, when they actually showed the stage went to the ring, which I don't like. I hate that look whatsoever for an entrance. But, you got to do what you got to do in these arenas. And the hard cam was where the entrance was at. So I found that interesting. It felt different. You know what I mean? It felt really different. And I was enjoying it. Like, I'm not hating on it. I just thought it was interesting. So, and my complaint about this Max thing, like, I'm glad I can get it on, like, quick, fast, the replay or whatever. I really do enjoy that, and I think Netflix is doing a great job because they edit that bad boy and throw it out there, or, they just get it out there. Just like Max, they get it out there so you can watch the replay. It's not like Peacock when they show a pay-per-view and it takes forever for the replay to happen. Bleacher Report was really good about having a replay really fast and whatnot. But why is there commercials on the playback? Like, I don't understand that. Like, it's freaking annoying. Like, it would be so much easier to watch a show, because I don't get to watch Dynamite or NXT live. I gotta, because I'm at the day job those times, but I like sitting here, waking up, drinking a Celsius and sitting down, getting my notes and sit down and watch the show. It would make it so much more convenient if there was no commercials for Max. Like, yes, have the commercials on the live feed when you're streaming that damn thing, but don't have commercials on the actual, like, playback show. It's just really annoying, and I want to know if everybody else feels the same way. It's really annoying. Like, really, really annoying. Now the main event. Jon Moxley versus Hobbs. Let's put it this way. Jon Bloody Moxley. I'm like, oh my God. The blood. The blood. Like, Jon, please go one match without getting bloody. And it was like under his chin and eye. And of course you got Marina out there, and it's just and he so the finish was a KO, choked him out. I was like, really? You hit this man with everything, the briefcase and all the big moves and everything. You're telling me you just choked him out? That's how you won? On Hobbs? And like the rest of the Mox cult didn't come out until afterwards, and another regurgitated finish to a Dynamite show is, I was like, all right, here, Moxie wins. Beats Hobbs by choking him out. Okay, sure, I guess after, yeah, and it felt really stupid. It felt like a really stupid finish. And I was like, all right, let's cue it. Here comes the Mox cult. Here they come. And then let's cue it. Here comes FTR and Cope to do the save, and of course they try to take out Hobbs' leg. So I'm guessing Hobbs will be out for a while because they took off his knee brace. And I think Claudio needs to work on his stomps because they just look awful. They really do. I think the worst one is before they threw Darby Allin down the stairwell. Like, he steps on top and he jumps, and you can tell he's trying to be light because he doesn't want to hurt him. I get it. You don't really want to hurt anybody in this business. But I don't know. They need to quit doing the Claudio stomp. But, of course, and I was like, let's cue it. Here comes FTR. Here comes Cope. And I'm like, man, how many times have I seen this ending to a Dynamite or a Collision? Death Riders, Mox Cult, Cope, FTR, And what's funny is, like, it's not even funny. That legend shirt is stupid. It really is. and I know I'm being a negative person here. I'm trying not to be. But when you're regurgitating things over and over again, and it just becomes like frustrating as a fan. I am a fan of AEW. I want to love AEW, but just this whole Mox thing is just not doing it for me, man. And the whole Don Callis and Kenny, I'm so happy Kenny Omega's back, but it's just like, man, we're just gonna and Cope versus Pac next week. Sure, I'll watch. I'll see what he can do. And I know Cope can pull a good match. I've enjoyed what Cope can do in the ring, especially taking big guys and doing that in the ring and whatnot. Like he can take certain people and show them like, hey, this is how you work and this is whatnot. And I gotta say, as funny as I was seeing all over line with Penta, it must be strange for him for people for selling a move. Oh man, but yeah, so that's it. That's all. Same old. That was Dynamite, even though you're slapping the name Maximum Carnage on it. January 15, 2025. Taz, Excalibur, Tony on commentary. In Cincinnati, Ohio, my match of the night is Brian Cage versus Kenny Omega. I am tickled to see what they're going to do with him and Will, but it's going to be him and Will teaming up against the Don Callis family. Swerve and Ricochet will face each other in 3 weeks. I would say they should have that as on the pay-per-view at Revolution, but I was thinking about it. I was like, oh, that's still a whole month and a half away. It's really, yeah, a month and a half away, man. Yeah, so what can I give this Dynamite? There's good things. Joe's back. I like that, but I'm still like, I want him to go off on his own. I don't want him to be tied to Hook or Shibata anymore. I'm really excited about Tony facing Mariah. Will she beat Mariah? How's the promos and all going to go between those two? I did not care for the main event whatsoever because it was the same old Mox Bloody, Mox Cult, FTR, and Cope. It's just regurgitating so much. I'm sorry I'm using that word a lot, but they are. So we'll see what we're going to do here. We still have All In July 17th or July 12th. I don't know. I scribbled here my serial killer handwriting that I can only read myself sometimes. All right, y'all. So I give this a solid 2.5 out of 5. No, I'm going to give it a 2. 2 out of 5, and that 2 goes to Brian Cage and Kenny Omega. And the 3 goes to everything else. And that one goes to Joe. I'm glad Joe's back. And Tony. Tony, you deserve a little bit too. So, all right, y'all. Drop those comments below. Hit that like. Hit that subscribe. Share with your grandma. Share with the bum down at Walmart. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. Drop your comments below. What did you love? What did you like? What did you dislike? What did you hate? We're wrestling fans here, folks. Let's talk. And that's it. That's all. And remember that the New World Podcast is for life, brother.